प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीं अध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वाम् अनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। We shall chant the 23rd verse of the second chapter and getting the simple meaning of it, we will go to the 24th verse because we will get the continuity from there. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Shri Bhagavanuvacha The Lord, blessed Lord, is telling this verse to Arjuna. Nainam chindanti shastrani Nainam chindanti shastrani Nainam dahati pavakaha Nainam dahati pavakaha न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापो न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापो न शोषयति मारुतः न शोचयति मारुतः। Lord Krishna is telling about our true nature, about ourself to Arjuna, that we are all the eternal Atma Swarupa. We are not the body, ego, mind complex. So that's why here he is explaining to Arjuna the self, that is the Atman, your true nature, cannot be killed, destroyed. So he is giving so many examples. The sword cannot cut it, nor can it be burnt by fire, nor it can be made wet or drowned by water. So no weapon can cut this Atman, no fire can burn it, no water can wet it, no air can dry it. In general, He's telling all these varieties to tell you that your Atman, like the body or some other thing, it cannot be destroyed. Your Atman, your true nature is indestructible. So last time I took you through some beautiful examples given by Vivekananda, because all of us, we suffer from the fear of death. Everybody wants to maintain this body. So that's why we have the fear of death. But when we identify ourselves with our true nature, that is the self, which is pure consciousness, and it is not matter, material, then all suffering will end. So there, as I explained to you in the last class, where Krishna is giving the example of cloth, worn out cloth. You wear garments. When it becomes old, you throw it away, or when it is thrown, when it is destroyed or torn, you throw it away. And what do? You put on new garments. So death is nothing but when your body becomes old, diseased, or you cannot fulfill your desires through this instrument. Maybe the lower ones like pleasure and enjoyments of the world, or for the higher people who want to realize God or realize their higher goals of life. When this body will not be useful, what do? They discard it. So discarding this body like a old torn garment is death. And then taking up a new garment, because you cannot go out to the public without a garment. So you will have a new garment to go out. Likewise, you cannot transact with this world, and through the sense organs or something, you cannot go out, your mind cannot go out to this world without the instrument called body. That's why you will take up new garment, that is birth. See, when this is explained, that fear of death temporarily, because again Maya will cover up our mind and bring back that body consciousness and make us to fear. But now intellectually and to somewhat you are convinced that nothing to be feared about death. It is just changing the garment. So that is one example. Now Vivekananda is giving another example. I told you about geometry and other things. We will go to that, touch that, and come back to the verse that is Bhagavad Gita. So now Vivekananda is telling about these verses. So then the Hindu believes that he is a spirit. Him the sword cannot pierce. You go to even the most uneducated village or where poorest of the people live. There too, even a farmer who doesn't know even a single letter of English or Sanskrit or anything, he knows about Atman and Paramatman. That is the speciality of Hinduism and India. That is the reason why in China, people, they aspire. What is their highest desire? To be born in India. That is the highest desire of the people. It's called Punya Bhumi. Why? We will go on seeing why India. Because everywhere it is replete with spirituality. You should know that when Sister Nivedita was inspired by Swami Vivekananda to come to India and serve the people there, teach the poor people, especially in the help in the women's education, girls' education. So Nivedita was little perturbed at that time. Why should Swami Vivekananda tell her to go and serve only Indians? Why not in Africa? Why not in other poor countries? Then through different teachings of Vivekananda, she came to know that Indians, especially Indians, Hindus, spirituality is in their genes. It has gone because for aeons, for millions of years, thinking of and always dealing of Atman, Paramatman, God. And that is the goal of their life. The highest goal of their life is spirituality. So they have been following this for thousands and thousands of years. and it has gone into the genes. So what is the use if you serve Indians, if you serve the Hindus there? What happens? Because they have hidden that truth of the spiritual life, or Atman or Paramatman, Parabrahman is gone into their genes, then that will come out, and that in turn will serve the whole world. If that spiritual knowledge is given to the whole world, there will be peace and prosperity in the world. All this fighting and other things, fighting in the name of God, will stop. The Sanatana Dharma. So they are hiding that in their genes. So when you serve the poor people or anybody, the Indians, if they come up in life, what happens is the spirituality will come out, which will benefit the world. So if you serve India, then you will be serving the whole world. That was the idea given to Nivedita, who was an educationist, who could have gone to America, who had gone to Africa or some other country. In England, she was a very popular educationist. Why did she come to India to serve? Because in turn, that is the speciality of India. It is hidden in their genes. Spirituality is there. Swami Vivekananda's another statement is there. A Hindu or an Indian cannot become an atheist, non-believer in God. Then he himself tells, I tried means Vivekananda. I tried to become one, that is an atheist, and I miserably failed, he tells. Vivekananda himself tells, I tried to become an atheist, and I miserably failed. So Hindu cannot, for it temporarily for some time, out of the effect of the Western education or the communist social mentality and other things, temporarily he may get that aberration, but it's that very for a short time, that's all. So it is hidden in their genes. Spirituality is already there. It is there in everybody. But because they have dedicated their life for some other cause, the layer of ignorance is too thick in them. That's all. So spirituality or Atman or Parabrahman is the birthright of everyone, irrespective of India or anybody. But here, because they have practiced that and they have been thinking and working and everything, the goal of their life is spirituality. That's why here it is there everywhere. That's why if you're even born in India, it is on the streets. Spirituality is on the streets, in the temple, in the road, in the food, in the clothing, in the culture, in the movies, in the dramas, in the teaching. Everywhere it is replete with spirituality. That is the speciality of India. You might have noticed that during the Kumbh Mela, you see the whole world turn towards India to see that even more bigger a population than USA, United States of America, people gathered near the Kumbh Mela to celebrate or to celebrate that event called the Kumbh Mela at Prayagraj. Whole world turned its eyes towards that. Can even the biggest football event or a cricket event or even any other biggest event couldn't attract such big amount of people just for spirituality? See, if a Western person, he comes to know there is gold or diamond or petrol, he will give up his life to go and get that. Why? For physical enjoyment. But you see a Hindu or an Indian, if there is a spiritual person sitting there on the corner of some forest or a mountain or a hill or a dale where you cannot go and reach, they will be the first to go there to get spiritual values from that person. That is the goal. That is the aim. That is the speciality. So everywhere it is replete. So here Vivekananda is telling, so the Hindu then believes that he is the spirit, he is not the body. It is there. Even a uneducated person, he can talk about Atman and Paramatman and Parabrahman. So him the sword cannot pierce. The Atman, you are truly the spirit, the Atman, you cannot be cut, you cannot be killed, the fire cannot burn, him the water cannot melt, him the air cannot dry. The Hindu believes that every soul is a circle. So there Krishna gave the example of old garment. Here Vivekananda gives the example of a circle. Last time I took you back to your geometry class, maybe in the primary school or your high school. I don't know when in South Africa they teach geometry. We learnt it in our primary school itself in India. That was something like 40 years back. But I remember it clearly, it is there. The circle, the center, and you know that pi, 22 by 7, pi r square, 2 pi r radius, then all that thing, you know, remember. Now Vivekananda giving that beautiful example of a circle, he compares this with our soul or Atman, the difference between the soul and God. He tells, Hindu believes that every soul is a circle. Now circle should have a circumference. Now he tells, us, all of us are souls, a circle whose circumference is nowhere. What is the meaning of that? How can it become a circle if circumference is nowhere? Meaning it is limitless. You are infinite in nature. That is the idea. Then what does he tell after that? Here, what is the center then? Whose center of this circle is your body. Then what is the difference between God and we, Jivatman, or the souls, individual souls? Yeah, God is also a circle with limitless circumference or circumference nowhere, that is the infinity. But what about the center? Center is everywhere. What is the meaning of that? That means he identifies, he lives in every living being. That's why you take up any Vedic statement, Sahasra Shirusha Purushaha, Sahasrakshaha, Sahasrapat. You see the thing of all God, 100 heads, 1,000 hands, 1,000 legs. He sees through every head, he thinks through every head, he hears through every ears, he walks in every legs. Seeing so many hands and legs and hands, that means it is not physical. It is, that is, God is present in every living being. The center of God is in every being. That is the idea which you have to read between the line. You should not take it physically. So, the Hindu believes that every soul is a circle whose circumference is nowhere, but whose center is located in the body. And that death means change of this center. The center, change of this center from one body to another body, because you identify with a body. But what about God? Why does God not die? Because his center is in every body. You may die, but another person is living. Millions of people are living. So God never dies. Why? Because his center is in everybody. So when you transcend the center, your body, and start feeling yourself, identifying yourself with everybody, philanthropy starts at home, with your mother, with your father, with your sister, brother, with your neighbors, with your colleagues, in the office, everywhere, in the country, in the society, outside the country, the whole world, in every living being. Then what happens? You too become God in nature, that is divinity, and you will also not have death. You will transcend death, you become immortal. See what a wonderful, beautiful idea. Just by taking some few examples of infinity and geometry, Swami Vivekananda explains what is death and what is life. So when you change the center of your circle from one body to another body, that is death. You are giving up that, and going to another body is birth. And why does God, he doesn't die, is eternal? Because his center is everywhere. What a beautiful idea. You can just enjoy that. So that's all. So now you, to some extent, intellectually, you lost the idea of that fear of death. Temporarily, you have lost it. Ramakrishna wanted to know how Maya covers us. Though we are Atman, we are Parabrahman, how Maya covers up everything. So he prayed to Mother, Mother, I want to see how you cover up everything, and how do you play with all these things, how you cover up everything, all the matters. So immediately he had a vision. What is that? There, in Bengal, there will be a lot of ponds, water bodies. Everywhere in India you can find it. So there, Mother showed him, the Divine Mother showed him pond, and it is covered by green scum. fungus on the layer, it is everything covered. A person goes there, he removes that scum, then it is clear, crystal clear water. So he takes that water and drinks it. After drinking, because all that scum had gone far away, then when he comes out of the pond, then he see playing well, the scum comes back and covers the lake. Likewise, we are Atmasvarupa. When we think, we hear by Lord Krishna, and due to other reason, we get the knowledge of the self. But Mahamaya, the ignorance, will come cover, and it will come playing and cover it. We forget it again. We identify with the body. Again, we go to this world, and suffering and enjoyment and suffering, it goes on and on and on. So this is secret, rahasya. There is one chapter itself of Bhagavad Gita where it is called, all these things are called secret. Now Krishna made that secret open long back. Again, Swami Vivekananda and Ramakrishna came 190 years back, 150 years back. They made it an open secret. All it was hidden. It was only for certain group of people. Only for the highly educated and Sanskrit Pandits, they could get it. Now you see, anybody in a corner in South Africa, you're getting all this wonderful truth. The secret is open. Nobody can keep the secret. I'll take you through one example. During World War II, a man was arrested in London for calling the Prime Minister of that time, that is Second World War. Who was the Prime Minister of England? It was Winston Churchill. So he was called a fool by one person, and he was arrested for that. Then PM of UK, a fool. The next day in the House of Commons, when he was arrested, that person, the next day in the House of Commons, the opposition members were ready to roast the government for this. Are we living in a police state? They shouted. Where we cannot call the PM of the country a fool? Now what was the reply of Churchill? Churchill's reply was truly disarming. The man was not arrested for calling the Prime Minister a fool. He said, but he was arrested for letting out the state secret at the time of war. See now the secret by Swami Vivekananda and Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, then by again and again the avatar come and make this secret open to everybody. Otherwise, it goes back again. Only the Pandits, the special people will have it. So now we will go to get that secret given by Lord Krishna. Now we will go to study the next verse, that is in the second chapter, the 24th verse. The same thing. It is again, Krishna tells that in a different manner. We will study that. We will go to study that now. Let us chant the 24th verse. Achedyoyam adahyoyam Achedyoyam adahyoyam Akledyo shoshya evacha Akledyo shoshya evacha Nityaha sarvagatastanuhu Nityaha sarvagatastanuhu Achaloyam sanatanaha Achaloyam sanatanaha. Again, the same truth Lord Krishna is telling in a different way. What is he telling? This self of yours, the Atman, cannot be cut. It cannot be burnt, not wetted, not dried. It is changeless, all-pervading, unmoving, immovable. This self is eternal. You are eternal. So this is a repetition of the same idea. Again and again, the truth is pressed upon us. See, the truth is pressed upon us. We are not this body-mind complex. Within this, there is something profound. We are not this body-mind complex, just this body-mind complex, ego and other things, but there is something profound within. It is just like, yes, you have a box, a golden box with lot of carvings and everything. Beautiful box. But inside that box is hidden wonderful diamond or costly stones. Like that, this casing, this body. Don't be satisfied with this body mind complex. Go within. This is like a gem box. The box looks very beautiful, but the gem inside is more valuable. That is what here too. So don't forget that. The idea is repeated again and again, even in our mystical literature. Now, example is given of Mirabai. Even Mirabai, while she was describing that when she got the mantra diksha from the Guru, what was she telling there? Payoji maine Ram Ratan Dhan Payo. I got the precious stone of Rama Ratan, the name of Lord Rama. So what is the quality of that? Your wealth, what you have, the gems or the money or the wealth or the insurance, all that you keep in the bank, you keep in the bank safe, isn't it? See, the bank charges you. You have to pay. Then you have the fear of, what is that? Scamsters. They can scam you and take away your money. It's so easy now. They will ask for a OTP number or something of your credit card, then they will steal all your money. So every day you will be getting. So that is the condition of your wealth. So it goes on. Thieves will be there to always steal it, and you will have children who are of not good nature. They will spend all that money in the wrong means, taking to casino or some other things and everything. So you will have fear of that. But the gem, the wealth which I have got, Rama Ratana by the Guru now given to me, what is the quality of that which is there within me? She tells, Mirabai tells, Rama Ratana Dhanapayo, about that wealth she tells, Karchaina Kutai Vako Chorana Lutai. The more you go on using it, it never decreases, it goes on increasing. The more you use it. But the wealth, if you use here, it will go on decreasing and depleting. Even if you don't use it, in auditing, I think everywhere the auditing will be going, they will be calculating depreciation. So the value of the thing goes on depreciating. Everything will be depreciating. But this wealth which is there within you, the more you use, the more it becomes. It never depletes. That is the speciality of the wealth which I have. Then chorana lutai, no thief can steal it. Dina badat savayo payoji maine. Every day it goes on increasing, it never depletes. That is the wealth which you have. So that is the thing given. So why are they telling in that fashion? Why do they describe about this wealth in this fashion? Because the more it is repeated, that is the speciality of our gurus, the old teachers, that the truth is given to you in different ways so that it goes deeper and deeper into your subconscious mind. The soul is unbreakable, incombustible. It can neither be dampened nor dried. It is everlasting. It is in all places, unalterable, immutable, and primordial. The point about immortality, that is your deathlessness, mortality is death. This body is mortal, but your true nature is immortality. So immortality, the point about immortality is again being driven home here. For the teacher to merely impart perfect knowledge is not enough. For that knowledge to be useful, it must sink deep into the heart of the student. Hence, a skillful teacher often repeats a point previously made in Sanskrit literature. This is called punarukti or repetition. So if it is not just repeated again and again, the same way you will get bored, but through different ways. For example, I'll tell you, many people will be telling, the worldly people, you see, when they want to do some advertisement to sell their goods, they will be giving that beautiful advertisement names and that way that you should buy it. So I will be teasing them. It is like this. What is that? It is not. When you tell he is the son-in-law, he will tell, no, he is not the son-in-law. Then what? Who is he? He is my daughter's husband. Not the son-in-law, but he is the daughter's husband. Same thing. But the same thing is put to you in different way. Because you can enjoy it, it will go deeper into your mind. That's why it's called in Sanskrit, there is a maxim, Nyaya Shastra. In Sanskrit literature, there is a thing called maxim or Nyaya Shastra. There is one Nyaya. What is that? Sthuna Nikhananan Nyaya. There are so many Nyayas there. This is one of them. Sthuna Nikhanana Nyaya. What is the meaning of that? The maxim of digging or fixing in the post. As a stake or a post to be firmly fixed in the ground is again and again moved and thrust inwards. So this maxim you used when one says a disputant adds several corroborative illustrations, arguments, etc. to be strengthening or confirming still more his position already strong. So when you are hitting a post into the ground, maybe to put a marquee or a tent, what do? That you take the hammer, you don't hit straight. You pull it this way, hit it this way, pull it that way, hit it. Then again, in different way, you will be hitting so that it goes deeper and deeper. It gets more space. Likewise, the same truth is put to you in different ways so that we can understand it better. That's why Lord Krishna is repeating the same thing here as a skillful teacher. Now, to understand it better, now what was the first way of Lord Krishna putting there? What is the speciality? Now, in English, you have heard about active voice. In grammar, I think you will have heard about active voice and passive voice. So, haven't you heard about active voice and passive voice? The same thing is done here. So, in this verse 24 is almost a repetition of the verse 23rd. The pronoun this I am again appears in the present verse, referring to Atman, the Supreme Self. The Self cannot be cut, nor burnt, nor wet, nor dried. The only difference in the two statements or that earlier verse and this verse, it appears to be grammatical construction. This verse states in passive voice what the preceding one says in active voice. That is the verse 23 declares that weapons, fire, water and wind cannot destroy or even affect your soul or Atman. All the present means and methods of destruction known to mankind cannot annihilate yourself, your true nature, yourself. This verse reiterates the same truth to indicate the absolute indestructibility of yourself. It is not the lack of adequate weapons or methods of destruction in the present that render the self indestructible. Neither humanity nor nature can find effective means to destroy yourself, your nature, that is the Atman, even far into the future, because the self is above destruction. So past also it couldn't be destroyed. Present also your Atman or your true self cannot be destroyed. In future too you cannot be destroyed. You will exist. You are immortal. Nobody can destroy you. Shankaracharya, while describing about this, he goes on to tell that you are such indestructible beings that even God cannot destroy you. What at the most God can do, or anybody else, the small letter gods can do is Vayu, Varuna, all these things, they can only destroy your body. Your true nature, self, Atman, cannot be touched by anybody. Nobody can touch you. Now we will go deeper into this meaning of this verse. Achedyoyam madahyoyam akledyo shoshya evacha nityaha sarvagataha sthanuhu achaloyam sanatanaha. I am this Atma. Achedyaha cannot be cut. I am adahyaha, this cannot be burnt. Akledyaha cannot be wet. Cha eva ashocyaha cannot be dried. I am this Nityaha is eternal, Sarvagataha all pervading, Sthanuhu changeless, Achalaha immovable, Sanatanaha eternal. So this Atman cannot be cut, cannot be burnt, cannot be wet and cannot be dried. This is eternal, all pervading, changeless, immovable and unborn. So the first line in the is the repetition of the previous shloka, all that we saw. Now Why Lord Krishna is told like this? We should understand. There is some meaning. There is something which Lord Krishna want to tell to us by this verse. Now he's telling, Nityaha, you are eternal. Now I'll give you an example. I have given it earlier too. Again, just to make it more clearer, I will give you that example. Now, Swami Akhandanandaji Maharaj was the president of our order long back. That was maybe 100 years back or something. Let us hope. Not 100, a little more than that. 90 years back, sorry, not 100. So that year was centenary year of Ramakrishna's birth. This year we celebrated 190th birthday of Sri Ramakrishna. So before 90 years, that is when it was centenary year of Sri Ramakrishna's birth, now Akhandanandaji Maharaj was very old at that time. He was the direct disciple of Sri Ramakrishna. So now, because it is the centenary year, they asked the president, because he was the president of the order, Maharaj, please give us the centenary message. Then he was not at all giving, he was postponing again and again. Then that special day was approaching very near. Now, he was not at all giving the message when the trustees and all the other officials of the ashram came and were pestering him, asking him again and again. Then one night, while he was sleeping, maybe at midnight, he had the vision of Sri Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna came to him and told Akhandanandaji, he woke up, told him, see, what are they asking? My centenary message, 100 years. What is 100 years to me? I have no birth, I have no death, I am eternal. Why are they celebrating 100 years? I am eternal being. What is 100 years to me? I will exist always, I existed always. So now see, you became, something started happening in your mind. And you too, all of you too, are the same. If your father is God, your mother is God, how can you be, being the children of God, be limited that you will die? When you are children of God, when you are children of immortality, how can you die? How can you be destroyed? God is your father, God is your mother. If God is immortal, nityaha, eternal, then how can you die? You too cannot die. That is the idea. You don't believe in it. See, I have seen so many people, they don't have faith in themselves. That is what Vivekananda is telling again and again. Have faith in yourself. Atma Shraddha, have faith in yourself. See, understanding what is Atma Shraddha or faith in yourself from different angle. If I am the child of God, how can I be limited? If you are the child of an emperor, how can you be a beggar? You can't be a beggar if you are the child of the emperor. So if you are the child of immortality, if you are the child of the Lord, how can you die? You cannot. You are also immortal. You are eternal. So now that Krishna also told this to Arjuna, while giving this knowledge in Bhagavad Gita itself, in future it is going to come, after some verses in the next chapter or the other chapter it is going to come. He tells, this knowledge which I have given to you here now about Bhagavad Gita, all this about the Atman and everything, long back, I gave that maybe thousands or 10,000 years or 20,000 years back. I gave it to Surya. Surya Bhagavan gave it to his son, and from there Ikshvaku it landed. And then while coming to the, entering this knowledge, going to the hands of the weak-minded people, there was the downslide, a decline in righteousness. Whenever there is decline, I come, take a body, human body again and again, that is called avatara, and give the truth again. Now, as in the Bhagavad Gita, I am giving you the truth. Thousands of years back, I gave that to Surya. Surya Bhagavan gave it to Ikshvaku, like that he narrated. Then Arjuna was surprised. He was also rational in approach. So he asked Krishna, how is that, Krishna? We are born together. We are of the equal age. You are with me born here. How can that? I have never seen you. When did you give 1,000 years back? You gave it to Surya. How can that be true? Then Krishna tells him, I know the past, present and future. You do not know your past. You too are that eternal being, Nara and Narayana. So I know the past, you do not know now. Now, only now. But if you can realize your true self, you will also come to know that. So all of you, me, everybody, have that capacity. Freedom or immortality is your birthright. You have to exert it and you have to have it. Otherwise, if you don't want it, nobody can help you. But it is your birthright. It is there within you. You have to manifest that. That's all. So Krishna is also told to Arjuna. Ramakrishna is also telling the same thing. Vivekananda is again and again. The whole complete work of Swami Vivekananda, it is replete with that same ideas again and again. Now, let us go what Sri Krishna wants to tell us. So, all of you are immortal. The essence is that your essence is immortality. You are not going to get that immortality something new. You are not getting something new. As I told you, it is your birthright. It is already there within you. You have forgotten it. How did I forget it? Is the question. Next question. Okay, I'll give you an example. Now, your mother or somebody gives you a list of provision to be bought from the market. Then you forget it, or you keep that chit given by the mother or the father somewhere. Afterwards, you remember, oh, my mother gave me the list. Where is it? I want to bring it. Otherwise, if I go back home without the list, she is going to scold. So start searching here and there. Search the whole room. Everything goes to the office, here, there, everywhere. Couldn't find that. Finally, when he was searching for something else in his own pocket, he found it there. It was there in his pocket all through. He had kept it in the pocket and forgotten it. Likewise, your Atman is here. You kept it here. Here, most nearer in your own heart. And you have forgotten it. All your eyes, ears, everything is made to look outside. It doesn't look inside at all. So you are temporarily forgotten. That's a give up that search for things outside, then automatically your search will go within. That's the statement of Kathopanishad. Yama, the god of death, is giving knowledge to Nachiketa. Can you imagine any religion? God of death giving the knowledge of immortality to a human being. Can you imagine in any other religion? God of death means they'll be shivering. But here, Yama, God of death, is giving the idea of immortality to Nachiketa. There he tells, what is that? Kasya dhiraha avurta chakshuhu amrutatvam icchan paranchikani vetranat swayambhu. The Lord has kept all your senses, your mind outgoing. The eye sees outside, ears sees things outside, hears about outside, skin feels things outside, nose smells things outside, tongue tastes things outside. All the indriyas, all the senses, all your mind is kept outgoing. But He, the Lord, is sitting within. So you will not find Him. But few handful of dhiraha, he terms dhiraha means courageous and strong, abled people. So we think strong means he should be a pahalwan, or he should be a gymnast, or he should be a WWW wrestler or something. No. Who is the dhira here? Courageous. Avrutta chakshu amrutatvam, who aspires for immortality and turns his vision within. He is called dhiraha. Kaschid dhiraha. Avrutta chakshu amrutatvam. He will turn this thing from outgoing tendency to inwards. Then he will find it. What is lacking? Why are we suffering? Why is this fear of death? Because everything is outgoing. And you are not searching where it is. In olden days in India, train travel was very popular. Even now it is popular. So in the train there will be thieves stealing things, money. There was a businessman, he had a lot of money, or maybe precious stones and other things. The thief knew that he is a businessman, he's traveling, so he has a lot of money or precious stones, I have to steal. So he came, sat by him, booked the ticket in the next place seat itself. He was waiting for the opportunity in the night to sleep. As soon as everything is dark and they put off the light, now I'm going to steal. So he tried for 3 days traveling from Bangalore to Delhi. He was traveling for 3 days and he tried and tried all the 3 days to steal. He searched and searched and searched and he couldn't find it. The 4th day, or when they were getting out of the station, the thief came and asked him, I failed to steal from you. Can you please, before going, anyhow it is yours, I couldn't do that. At least can you tell the secret? Where did you hide it? Then this rich man told, I knew that you were a thief. You will steal it from me. So whenever in the night, when we are going to put off the light, you will go to the bathroom or the toilet somewhere. At that time, I hid all that valuable under your pillow. You will search everywhere, near my pillow, my bag, everything, but you will never search under your pillow. So you will search, you are searching for happiness everywhere, where? Outside. But you will never search within. It is there within you. All that in infinity, infinite joy, absolute is there within you. That is Ananda. But we are searching for that misplaced search. So that's why we suffer and suffer. So we cannot physically get immortality. We try to become immortal. Everyone wants that immortality. Is there anybody who wants to die? Who doesn't want to live long? Everybody aspires to live long. I should not disappear from the earth. One thing we cannot withstand, that I will disappear from this earth. So we cannot physically get immortal. We try to become immortal through indirect means. How do we? Yes, we know one day we have to die. We are getting old, so we will die. What do? That's why. See, because of that evolution, you can see animals have developed a strength called reproduction. Why do they reproduce? Why do they have children? They want to live long. They know that they are going to die. So through their children, they want to live further, go forward. That's why the whole system in biology, you can see the reproduction and everything. That is because you have children, because you want to live eternally. Why is this? Why is this desire for us to live longer, to be immortal? Why don't we accept death? We don't want to accept death. Why is it? And we try so many means, so we cannot physically get immortality. What do? We try to become immortal through the indirect means. We give our name to our children. You keep your grandfather's name, your surname to the children. Why? You want to still further live. And if you cannot do that, at least the way you take photographs and hang in the walls of your houses, you put your photographs and put a garland also. Or start some institution in your name. After yourself, you want still the name to continue. We want to leave something and live on. This is the innermost urge in every living being. So, mortality of other thing, we are ready to accept. Yes, somebody died. Okay, no problem. But when it comes to your own house and yourself, you don't want to accept it. We deny it. But so mortality of other thing we are ready, but about my thing, I don't want that. I cannot accept it. Do you know why we are not able to accept it? Why we are not able to accept mortality? Because it is unnatural to us. Your nature is immortality. In reality, you are immortal beings. That's why you cannot accept mortality. You cannot accept death. If mortality is natural to us, it would have been comfortable. Yes, we would have died peacefully. Why? When somebody is happy, do you complain? When you are happy, do you go and complain to your mother or father, I am happy today? Why is it? You never complain. Because it is natural to you. You don't complain about it. When somebody is happy, you do not make a complaint that I am very much worried nowadays because I do not know why I am so happy all the time. Morning I am happy, 11 o'clock I am happy, night also I am happy. I do not know what happened to me. Do I go and complain like that? Why? Because that is your natural state. You don't complain because it is natural. You will complain only when you are depressed. When you are unhappy, you complain because that is not natural to you. Somebody went to the doctor and told the doctor, Doctor, after I eat my lunch, I don't feel hungry. After I eat my supper, I don't feel hungry. After I wake up, I don't get sleep. So please give me some tablet. So he told him, go and bask in the sunlight during night time, your disease will be cured. Could you catch the point? That is the only medicine, unnatural thing. So it is natural for you. Immortality is natural for you. That is your true nature. That's why you complain you don't want to die or you don't want to be unhappy. So what is the rule? You cannot accept that is unnatural. Even in your own body, have you noticed? When something enter your eyes, immediately there will be tears. Why? Something unnatural came into your eyes, so it want to put it out. When something unnatural goes to your nose, you sneeze to put it out. See, the body also rejects which is not natural. So even in your system, your body, your nose, everything, if something unnatural enter your stomach, purging will happen. Vomiting or something else. One method or another method. So, suppose now in the medical field, you know, organ transplant is there, kidney or something, you do the organ. So the body rejects it. Then you have to give a medicine by which, and you have to reduce the immune system. Otherwise the body is going to reject the organs. You reduce the immunity of the body. I think doctors know that better. So anything unnatural is rejected. Rejection is the biggest problem. But whereas now the mother carries the baby in the stomach, is it rejected? No. Why? Because it is natural to the body. The body, whole body cooperate. Very simple law. So what is natural will be accepted. What is unnatural will be rejected. So mortality, we reject it because it is unnatural. Immortality is natural. That's why you aspire to live ever. You want to live. You fear death because your nature is immortal. Everybody wants to live a day more. From that it is very, very clear. Mortality is unnatural. And what is natural to me? I am Nityaha. That is what Krishna has told. What is that? You are Achedyo yam adahyo yam akledyo shoshya evacha Nityaha. Nityaha means you are eternal. You don't have death. You don't have birth. You are eternal. That is what Krishna is telling here now. See, through so many means, he is trying to convince that you are eternal. Your nature is immortality, immortal. So you are Nityaha. That is your true nature. So you have to remember all these things. That I am Nityaha, I don't have death, I am immortal. Then fear doesn't come. But the moment you go to darkness, you are afraid of. That too, in the temple also some people get afraid when it is dark and nobody is there. They don't believe that God exists here and he will protect me, but they believe that the devil exists and it will destroy me. They have more faith in the devil than the protective energy of the God. Not with certain people, with everybody I am telling you. We have more faith in the devil destroying us, and we don't have faith in the God protecting us. So now Krishna is telling our nature is Nityaha. You are eternal. You don't have death. I am ever there. What a great relief, isn't it? And told by the Lord himself that you are Nityaha. I am there eternally. Even though If you live long, eternally, other people may get upset. Let them. We are not worried about at least now. Nityaha means not. What is the meaning? Okay, Nityaha, eternal means, now have you gone deeper to understand what it is? The meaning, Nityaha means you are not bound by time. You are not bound by time. That is the idea. Deeper idea, you are not bound by time. This whole world is time, space, and causation. This whole universe is nothing but time, space, and causation. So, you are not bound by time. What is the next quality of your true nature? Atman, you, what is it? Krishna is Sarvagataha. What is my nature? Not only I am eternal, I am also all-pervading. I am present everywhere. There is no place where I am not. I am all-pervading. Sarvagataha. That is the meaning of name of Vishnu. Vishnu means Vishulru Vyapnoti. Sarvagataha, who is present everywhere. I have given the example, beautiful example earlier too. I will give it again. What is that beautiful example? There was one disciple called Kanakadasa. His guru was Vyasatirtha. So he wanted to show, though Kanakadasa, he was from a low caste. In India, this caste system is too rigid, and all the other disciples were from the high caste. So they were egoistically thinking that this fellow is from the low caste, what can he understand? So the guru wanted to teach how great this person was. Caste doesn't come into matter here, because his greatness, his mental state of consciousness is important than where is he born, what is he born. So he wanted to show his greatness. So that day it was Ekadashi, they were fasting. Next day they had to take the prasad of the Lord and break their fasting. So when everybody came to take the prasad and break their fasting, Dwadashi Parana, what did the guru tell? He put a condition. He told, today you have to go and eat this prasad in a place where nobody watches you. So all the disciples took that prasad, ran here, there. They were hungry the previous day in Ekadashi, they were fasting. So they ran here and there to eat that, and ate it and came back. But this Kanakadasa, the saint, from the low caste, but a great saint, he couldn't eat that fruit. He came back with the fruit. All the others told, where did you eat that fruit? I went, hid under the cot. Nobody was looking, I ate it off. Another, I went behind the door. I closed the door like this, behind the door. Nobody was watching, I ate that prasad. You? Oh, I jumped into the water. Inside the water, nobody was looking at me, I ate. Another, I went, climbed the chimney. Nobody was watching, so I ate it. All peculiar ways. Kanakadasa, why didn't you eat it? Told, oh, Gurudeva, I tried to eat it, but I saw God is everywhere. There is no place where I could hide from the vision of God and eat it. So I couldn't eat it. I have brought it back. Sarvagataha. Present everywhere. That is your nature. You are Sarvagataha. You are the child of God, means you too have that character of God. That is your true nature. Lord Krishna is telling, you are also Sarvagataha. Not only I am eternal, that is present all the time, I am also all-pervading. So what is the idea? Go deeper. Earlier I told, your eternality shows that you are beyond time. What is this Sarvagataha? I am present everywhere. What is the meaning, deeper meaning of it? You are not bound by space. There you are not bound by time. Now you are not bound by space. I'll come to the deeper aspect of that. Still, I am timeless, I am spaceless, meaning I am beyond time, I am beyond space. And therefore, what is my another nature? I am Sthanuhu. So that is what Krishna is telling in this sloka. What is that? Nityaha, Sarvagataha, Sthanuhu, Achaloyam, Sanatanaha. This is your true nature. Lord Krishna is declaring to Arjuna. This is through Arjuna to all of us. Now the next nature of yours he is telling is the same thing. Sthanuhu. What is Sthanuhu means? You are changeless. You don't change. What is the deeper meaning of changeless? You are not bound by the law of causation. What is causation? Cause and effect relationship. Everything has a cause and effect relationship. I put this chemical together and you got this effect. And that will react with some other thing, it gets another effect. So this whole world is a chain of cause and effect relationship. So this whole world is nothing but time, space and causation. So in Gnana Yoga, Swami Vivekananda tells, if you look God through the lens of time, space and causation, God will appear to you as this universe, this world. If you take away the lens of time, space and causation, and you look at this world itself will be God to you. So this whole Maya, all the suffering, because we are bound by time, space and causation, which doesn't exist. Now let us go to the deeper aspect of time. Only I will take up time because time is over already. Because time is over, we have to go beyond time. So I will just take up the aspect of time and finish my discussion today. Okay, you always, everybody has time. Whether you keep up the time or not, you don't come on time or not, that is a different thing. But everybody will be watching at the clock like this and everybody running here and there, rushing. So what is this time? Have you thought of what is time? Anybody? Have you thought of what is time? Concept of time? So now, in your clock or in the wall clock, you see there will be 3 needles moving. One very slow, and another little fast, and another one, the second one will be running. So based upon that, you are calculating the time. In olden days, when there was no clock, hourglass was there. Still earlier, it was the movement of the sun and the moon. You may ask then, where is the movement of the sun? Yes, sun has also its own movement in its axis, rotation and revolution. That is a different concept. Now, movement of the moon, movement of the earth around the sun, based on that, it was being calculated. So it is rate. In physics, when you calculate velocity, what do they tell? Rate of change of position is velocity. In particular direction, it is velocity. If there is no direction vectors, it is speed. And what is acceleration? Rate of change of velocity is acceleration. That is what you sit in the car or the vehicle and press that accelerator. You want to accelerate. See, everywhere it is time per second square. Acceleration is per second square. Everything is time, rate. What is time? Everywhere you are calculating time. So, movement of moon, movement of the needle. So, for time to happen, to be there should be some changes. If there is no change, there is no concept of time at all. Suppose you don't have a clock, you will watch the movement of the sun. Though sun doesn't move, the day and night and other things. If you are locked up in a dark room where you cannot see the movement of day and night and the moon, you will lose the concept of time. When you come from America to this country or go long distances, you will have jet lag, you may be knowing. You lose the concept of time there. You're getting confused. So if there is no two changes, there is no concept of time. If you are thrown into infinite space where there is no sun and moon, then you lose the concept of time. There is no time. Because there is no change. But there will be change like galactic movement, universal movement, the other things, the Milky Way movement, everything will be there. So maybe this time is too slow. So if you still go beyond, then there is no concept of time. When you go to your real nature, Atman, then you are timeless. Because there is no moment. That is your true nature. Go beyond time. That is eternal. No death, no event taking place at all. You are present everywhere. Where will you go? Where is movement? When you are present everywhere, you need the leg to go from here to there when you are not there. When you are everywhere, then where do you want to go? Where will you go? So that is space. So now we have discussed about time now. In the next class, we will discuss about space. Let us now stop our discussion by chanting one of the meditation verses on Bhagavad Gita. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Vande Paramanandamadhavam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.